Hi everybody. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're one of the few who have been here before, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Okay, so I have a couple of things we're going to touch on. So I was going to do a pre-show, and as I was doing that, this message came up. 11/27/24. So first I saw this one, which must have been the beginning of that one. But this was my last reading. Notes, right? So I thought I got all of the pages out of this notebook because I always change my mind what I want to use notebooks for. I didn't realize this was still in there. So I went from this to here, and I was like, oh, that's weird. You know, it was a whole year ago, like almost exactly. And I turned the page, and here's the whole message. I posted it in my community and on my Instagram, which is also maureenrenetarot. So I clearly am feeling like we should go off of this. You know, it seems like, okay, so did this person, is this message, are we supposed to, you know, check back in, like reflect on this message a year later? Because that's what it seems like. This is too on the nose, you know what I mean? So I started doing this way earlier, but I get sidetracked. And knowing you guys are going to see everything, I was very meticulous. I started actually meditating with the Zen garden, and then this explosion of things happened. My side quests of the morning. What I did was I went in my box and I went to go get these cedar, I think it's cedar, smudge stick I have. They don't really burn great, so I kind of took it apart at one time, and I have these little ones. Well, I saw a bunch of them, and there was like actual, like, you know, big ones in the box, and I was like, oh my god, this looks so cute over here. So that's here. I put some of those here, and then I was like, oh my god, I have a lot of dried flowers and stuff for different, for like, mostly when I make intention candles. So the herbs and flowers, you know, coincide with the intention, obviously. So that's, then I have some blessed thistle, and I have some fig, and I'm not sure what flower that is. I forget-me-nots. A peony bud. I'll get some rose buds there. I'm not sure what flower this is either. Lilies, some rose petals. Yeah, it's pretty. This is comes from this pencil set here, and I got this years ago. In a Yankee swap. From one of my best friends. I hid it under the chair so no one else would pick it. I've never used them. Maybe I should. Maybe I should use these for my tarot cards I'm making. Maybe that's what they're for. What better to use than something made out of actual tree branch, right? Interesting. I should write that down in my don't forget notebook. Because I think of these things and I forget. It's like a fleeting moment. Sometimes it's literally from like in the shower to out. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking about? I need like a whiteboard in the shower or something. Anyway, so this message from last year is the ones who caused the confusion, the ones who bullied you into the box they made for you, the ones who delegate authority to themselves over aspects of your life, whether you admit it out loud or not, those are the ones who are keeping you in the darkness. They gave you a flashlight and told you it was normal and just how it is. You are at a crossroads and you can join them or grow. You can't do both. So from one of my posts I asked, so did you stay or did you grow? Did you stay or did you grow? Looking at the pre-shuffle, it looks like you grew, my friend. Maybe that's what this is for. Maybe you need some a little pat on your back or some acknowledgement or some guidance to the next steps. My last reading was a little more low vibe, I guess, than normal, but not really, because everybody kind of was doing their own thing. They actually were finding their own path, so I guess not. But I really like to be sure my messages are helpful, not just telling you, yeah, you're in a messed up situation. I want to help you. I feel like with the next steps, like, okay, this is what happened. I understand you're in this situation now. What does Spirit, what are your guides, what are your ancestors, what are they telling you that your soul needs to help you move forward? Why are you here looking for answers? It's to move forward from something, not to tell you, yep, you're in a shitty situation. I notice that sometimes that I want to be aware of it, that I'm not just telling the story, reiterating the story as to what happened with no solution or closure of some sort, So, it looks like I said, it looks like you have taken steps to grow over the past year. What was coming through is you definitely, eventually, you had to surrender to yourself, pretty much, because that's what it's all about. I think something made you actually take a step back and observe your environment with some fresh eyes. Something happened, and I never even posted anything about this, so it's crazy that's coming through. So I don't know if it's a thread of something I grabbed from somebody, a thread of energy, or that they've grabbed onto me. I don't know. You started realizing the deceptive behavior around you, and even if it's not like deceptive, like, intentional, it's just like lack of appreciation. Oh, this is a message that from last year. Look at, I turn the page again, and this is last year. So I'll go back to this again. I forgot. This is from last year too. It would be neat to go back and read that. All right. The lack of appreciation in general, when in reality, like, you're exhausted from being the only person who's given to the situation. Whether it's whatever the situation may be, your friends, it's your environment. It's like, that's where, if you're on The Sims, where's your map go? Like the old Sims. That's what we're talking about. Your work, your home, your friends, your relationships, your whatever that is. Your circles, your environment. You're the only one giving to certain situations because probably just from experience, you're the only one who will. even if it's subconscious. Even like a recognition for your efforts would make a big difference of how you're feeling right now. Even if someone being appreciative of all the things you do, So seeing all this made you know, like, how much your happy life, what your idea of a happy life is, that it's important to you. Again, whatever that looks like for you. When you're here and you're thinking, okay, I don't want to say the end, but when I'm at a place that I should be like comfortable and kind of doing what I want in life, it could be now that you feel like you should be like that, whatever. What does that look like for you? And how close are you from it, and are you on the path to achieving it? And you're realizing you're not going to get there by staying still or being on this hamster wheel of like a Groundhog Day. Like, I feel like all of a sudden you got to this one point in your life, and then it just started to like, okay, this is alright, this is comfortable, I'll just stay here. Yeah, no, I'll do that after, but I'll just stay here for a little bit. And then this after never came. You never jumped off. I think because it had to have been like an aha moment, like when you were like, oh my god, that you realized you can trust your gut feeling, and you do have the capabilities of making better decisions when given the knowledge and like the big picture. It gave you kind of like an enlightenment of sorts. It really, really did. Seeing that, you had a feeling and you're like, all right, let me look at this situation. Like, you knew enough to step back and look at it, and you're like, whoa, maybe I should listen to myself more often. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Like, instead of just going along, like, you listen to yourself for the first time in a long time. And this enlightenment feeling is coming over you most likely because you took action seriously, after realizing all the stuff that was going on. Like, I need to do something to make a change, now because you're like, well, I made that decision to like look at it, and you're like kind of realizing you do have the tools it takes to manifest the life you desire. Yeah. So after, taking those steps and becoming like the leader of your own life, moving forward with your thoughts and your new way of thinking and focused on your plan, you're definitely, you are, or you will be, attracting in people who are like-minded, who are like secure in themselves, and they're going to be like, oh my god, awesome job, or what, they're going to give you the flowers you deserve. They're not going to hesitate to celebrate you, and they're going to appreciate you. They probably have been in the same boat, without being appreciated. Because if it's like-minded people, you're probably creatives, you're probably at least on the same intellectual level. It seems like you are. It just seems like you were stuck in the place you were put, whether that was by life, birth, whatever circumstance. So from last year, what the message was, so let's compare. This is pretty cool. This is from 11/27 last year, so day before Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving was my birthday last year, I believe. Yeah. Someone is at a crossroad. Someone is being given a final opportunity to live the life they are meant to. There are energies around you that you are realizing manipulated you when they had the opportunity. These people may even look physically different to you when you look at their face. You may be going between anger, hurt, confusion when you try to figure out your next steps due to the connection you have with some of these people. Depending on your strength, to be honest, and will to stay in your path, you will either succumb to the devil's work or you will find your peace. So this is your heads up. Yes, you have to think about it. No, you can't wait for it to work out. Inaction is a choice. Make yours carefully. Wow. And again, I get chills. I didn't see this one until after I had already written at least this part. So it was open to this. I did the pre-reading. I wrote this. I went to go continue it and it was there. I was like, oh my god. So everything I wrote was not influenced by this. You know? It's pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. So someone out there has made enormous strides this year. Alright, so for the spread I'm gonna do, it's things you didn't know you needed to know. This is my little spreads I do. Yay! I changed the book. I talked about it a couple of videos ago. I think this is a fitting one. You know, I thought about this and I was like, is this one I transferred already? And it was the first one. So, perfect again. Everything just falling into place except for my timing. But it does take me like 6 hours to do anything. I hate it. I can't. It's not like I have anything to do except for study, but it's like, why? I should record myself and be like, what do you do? What do you even do? I might do the pendulum board since it's like this. I feel like I should do it after though. You know? Yeah, I think I'll do it after to like wrap it up. Because it doesn't make sense to me to get additional messages first, right? Yeah. I'm glad we worked that out. I made a little tea. A little offering. Some oranges. A flour and some candy. The folks, you know, for all my peeps who'll be helping me. And the tea is mint, rose petals, mugwort. I think that's it. All right. I pre-shuffled everything like hours ago. Okay, so I'm going to start with this deck, and I think I will clarify with the shiny gold one. I'm trying to think because there was one time I did like section by section, and I kind of like how that went. Like did one section, clarified it, and did the next section. Shut up! Oh my god, rude. I'm gonna take off my sweater. Hold on. It's too many sleeves for this many candles. Actually, I don't have that many on right now. Okay. My daughter said raw earlier. I'm like, can't only fly this because I have my Wu-Tang tank top on. They said something about raw. And I go into raw, I'm gonna give it to you with no trivia. It's like cocaine straight from Bolivia. And my daughter went in a whole different direction. I was like, we just went on two very different paths. It was pretty funny, but we did it like at the exact same time, so you wouldn't have been able to hear either one of us. It was funny. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Woo. Well, well, well. I'm gonna lay them out though, guys. I'm doing a spread today. The star is not a bad card to jump out like that. This is telling me you're on the right path. That's immediately what I'm thinking. Like, even if you feel like you haven't taken enough steps, because I kind of feel like someone's feeling that way. I'm also feeling like this might be tying in with imposter syndrome messages that have been coming through for months to me. I was actually going to do a little podcast episode on my other channel about it, but I haven't gotten around to it. I can be able to do these videos. And it has to be quiet for me to do those. But you are on your path. And I feel like you feel like not enough changes have been made to justify or warrant you being able to say that confidently. You feel like you're so like, well, yeah, I'm trying it out, I'm doing my best. And no, you're doing it. You know, even if it's little changes that only you know about, you know, whatever it is, you know, if it's coming off of the store, you're coming from a toxic environment, which means you probably have toxic things that you were getting rid of or in the process of now. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, but every little success is a success. You know, you smoked one less cigarette today, right? You had one less drink today, right? That's an accomplishment. You looked for jobs. You know, got to work on time. You know, whatever those little stupid low vibrational things that keep us back, like that, you know, as one thing is not a bad thing, but as they culminate, they do cause disruption in your life. You know, if you drink every day, you're gonna feel like shit, which means you're gonna get up feeling like shit every morning, and you're gonna be late, you're gonna lack, you're gonna fall behind. The older you get, the harder it is. Right, for instance, you know, stuff like that. You can't half-ass things anymore, right? Whatever it is. And whatever it is for you. You know what your, you know, 7 deadly sins are, so to speak. I think a lot of these messages are helping you be honest with yourself. Because that was definitely a crossroads I had to come over. Like, okay, well, just because you didn't know then, or you didn't notice then, you do know now. So you have to acknowledge it now as the person you are now, right? Okay. I don't know. I just, I feel like you know, sometimes I think people in healing, sometimes think just, making themselves feel better about something is it. I don't know how to explain what I mean. Like, sometimes you have to go back and right the wrong, depending on what it is, I guess. Exactly, this is what you need to know about. So the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Hermit. Okay, so, again, I feel like you are on the right path, You've been given this opportunity of something tangible to come into your life. You've been given, yes, you have done the work here. This is for you. And it's going to lead to the Ten of Pentacles. And you deserve it. I think part of it is believing you're worth the new things. You're worth being happy. And I feel like maybe, because a lot of times changing into a more positive person, if you've been around or in a more negative situation, you kind of feel, again, the imposter syndrome coming on, right? For lack of a better explanation, you don't know how to be happy. You feel like maybe you're doing something wrong. Or maybe you went your whole life being this is who I am, I'm not going to change for anybody, that type of person, I'm going to keep it real. And now you feel like you're being a hypocrite because, I really just want to be happy. I don't want to keep it real. Keeping it real goes wrong, man. So I think that might be pulling on you. You could be a Virgo. Either way, there is some inner conflict about having success and opportunities given to you with no hitch, and that you're actually going to one day come into a Ten of Pentacles, a windfall of money, generational happiness and wealth and abundance, But you are. You are. You are. And I think part of also what you need to know is, yes, you need to learn yourself first. So I think initially you might be kind of going inward with the worry if you're good enough. But then as you're shining your light on yourself a little bit, and you're kind of seeing the difference between you and other people, a lot of the people, not everybody, but a lot of the people you've been around forever, you might start to feel a little bit easier into this role. Because it's probably really actually going to feel more natural to you instead of being this character that you've created. Alright, let's see how this is going to affect your life. I don't know who this is, but this is how we're doing it lately. Oh, I need one more spirit. I'm just gonna cut it and take that one. That's what, okay, yep, thank you. There's a star again. So that's confirmation. So this is how it affects your life. So how it's affecting you and how it is going to affect you. By working on yourself and taking opportunities and going after your abundance, how that's going to affect your life. Gee, I don't know. Possibly by putting you in touch with your higher self. You know, having you move forward quickly with new ideas and knowledge. And going after your destiny. In that way. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's how it's going to affect your life. Yeah, after this, you know, I think maybe it took a little spark of an opportunity, a little bit of somebody believing in you, to make you start looking at the good things about yourself. And once you did that, you know, again, just like before, just like realizing you have the tools to know when to step back and assess things. Now you're like, oh my God, like again, I was right, you know, and it's another confirmation because now you've taken another step up and you've been given an offer. Because someone sees that in you, that you deserve it. And it has, you know, you have the opportunity for this abundance. If you can get in there and do some healing and act like you're worth it when you walk out of that cave. And the way it's going to affect your life is to, again, put you in touch with that, with your higher self, with your inner knowledge, which will in turn give you that confidence to plow forward. The Knight of Swords is, you know, intellectual, intuitive, super fast moving. It's the fastest moving sword. So it's like, you got this knowledge, you got this confidence and wisdom and intuitive hits and trust in yourself, and you're gone. You're like going towards the star, baby. Going towards the star. Yep. Whatever that is for you, even if it's something completely different than what you even think your goal is now. You can have this goal and you can be going towards this goal, and all of a sudden it's like, life has another plan for you. But you're headed there now. You are headed there. Alright, let's see what's some negative influences around you right now to be aware of. I'll take it. Interesting. 6 of Cups. Give me one more. Nostalgia. Family, friends. That makes so much sense since that's who you grew up with and that's who you might be. Maybe not family and friends you grew up with, but you might be at an age where you have friends that have been friends for that long. You know what I mean? Something nostalgic. Your comfort people. Again, your circle, right? And the Hangman. Yeah. Your closest friends, your closest family, I guess they're probably your closest circle. Anyone in that circle right now are trying to slow you down. Somewhat. Maybe not everybody, obviously. It's not like a conspiracy against you. But there are people around you who are the closest to you who are definitely contributing to you dragging your feet. They're trying to give you every roadblock in the world as far as making things kind of difficult for you. And it may not be like on purpose. It may just be like they're like inwardly panicking too, because they kind of see you moving away from everybody, right? And they're like, they see you going and they're losing you. But there's also going to be jealous ones who don't want to see you peaceful. They don't want to see you happy. They want to see you miserable, just like them. They're going to get you to cheat on your girl. They're going to get you to go out and cheat on your man. They're going to get you, you know what I mean? They're going to sabotage you. So you end up on the same level as them. So that's something to watch out for. We're going to clarify real quick too. Hey man, what is that? Oh, is it, Taurus? Let me see real quick. Let me take a look. I want to see who the Hangman is. Hangman is... Oh, nothing. Water. Neptune. Okay, so it could be a water sign. Definitely could be a water sign since the Six of Cups too. Yeah. So it could be a water sign around you. It doesn't have to be. Okay, let's look for what are the positive influences around you. This one is going to be the other. I think you have obligations. You feel tied to certain people. You feel, you know what I mean? Like some people you probably don't want to leave behind. But you gotta worry about you. Again, every message I give you, I'm gonna say it's the whole secret to this is putting yourself first, loving yourself, doing what's right for you. You. It's not selfish, it's selfness. My father taught me that when I was young, and I never got it. And so many things he taught me that are becoming relevant as I go along this journey. That was always good advice, but now it just kind of has a little different spin. But I'm like, yes, Mr. Palmer. I hear you loud and clear, my friend. Alright, we need 2 cards for something positive. Positive influence. So this one, I guess we're gonna do this. I never heard like specific instructions before until like recently. I've seen other readers be like, oh, I need to switch decks, and I'm like, and I've never experienced it to the point of hearing it like I hear other messages until recently. So that's pretty cool. Well, so many cups. 4 of Cups and 3 of Cups for positive influences. Okay. Well, yeah, you have your community, your friendships you're forming, the new people coming into your life. They're all going to be your positive influences because they want you to come with them. Maybe they're like a little bit ahead on this than you are, and they're like, yeah, come on, let's go. And they're happy for you. Like I said before in the pre-shuffle, they're praising you. They want you to come and do the things that they want you to do better, and I think the Four of Cups is saying, now you're kind of using your discernment as to who you let in your life and who you take offers from and who, you know what I mean? Instead of missing the opportunity that's right in front of you, I think it's you vetting the opportunities that are coming until the right one is in front of you. And then you're going to have your community of like-minded people. You let them in one at a time, not all at once. So the positive influences around you are the new relationships you're making. Your community. All right, let's have we have an important message, we have guidance, and then a possible likely outcome. So we'll do guidance first. I'm sorry, an important message from Spirit. Watch out for that devil. The devil's alive. I can hear him breathing. This is still in the background, especially if you're coming from addictions and toxic living and a path that's lower vibrational but a little bit easier, you know what I mean, in some ways. Harder in the long run, of course. But the familiar devils. Be aware of them. Okay, what is some guidance? So great job, whomever this is that's, slowly but surely making their way up that mountain, because it's not easy, but you're doing great. And I can tell because, your good influences are new people. You have this new way of looking at yourself, a new way of thinking, you're headed towards your star. Yeah. Last year you were at a crossroads. This year you're well past deciding which path to take on that road. Guidance, Six of Swords. Yeah. Yep. Getting away from the drama. Leaving those choppy waters behind you and move on to some smooth sailing ahead. I think you should enjoy it, and again, be proud of yourself for having the knowledge and the know-how to take a step back, see something needs to be really done, and actually do it. Because the actually doing it part is usually not done. It's like, oh yeah, I really should do this. And now a year's gone by and we were having the same message as we did last year, but this is not. So, that's awesome. Okay, Spirit, let's get one more for what looks like the possible likely outcome. That's too many. Just one, please. Because we're going to clarify. Ten of Swords. I feel like it's a real end. Like you did it. Like I feel like each one of these swords is a different dragon. Yep. Yep. You just need the confidence. You just have to believe that you're worth it. You're worth the effort it takes. You're worth getting up early. You're worth going to bed late. You're worth putting in the extra effort. You're worth it. Bottom of the deck, Seven of Wands. Yep. Fight for what you believe in, set your boundaries, and hold your ground. I'm not going to use those colored pencils. I know I won't. I don't want to ruin them. I've had them for, oh my god, literally, at least 10 years. It might be 10 years this year. No, maybe 11. Alright, so Spirit, we're going to clarify what they need to know with 3 or more cards. So we can focus on the 10 of Pentacles first. You know what? I'm not going to use this deck. Sorry. I'm going to use the smaller one here. Yeah. Let's remember that was the 3 of Pentacles. Let's see what happens. Sorry, Spirit. My bad. I feel like they didn't want me to use it either. Alright, let's try this one. Yeah, this feels better. Look at it. Alright. What they need to know. Starting with the 10 of Pentacles. To clarify, please. So the Fool is usually planning before starting something. So I feel like they want you to know, plan for your abundance. Don't shortchange yourself, because that's what you're going to put out there, you know. When you're planning for something, expect to have this abundance. In the Hermit. I think, you know, they're saying that because maybe, you know, you're thinking about, okay, other times that you've been given opportunities in the past and you've like planned for something and then it didn't go through. You know, you have this perceived heartache from trusting things are going to change before. But I think it's different. I don't think you put as much effort in as this time. Yeah, and trust that you have the wisdom when you go in and you're assessing yourself and you're figuring this all out. You know, doing that is going to make you knowledgeable. And again, part of that enlightenment that came up before, this is all part of it. You know, you finding the knowledge. You know, people go to the Hierophant for the knowledge. So maybe this is you going to your guides, your inner self, your inner child, your religion, your praying to figure yourself out as you're healing, you know, and that's when you come into the High Priestess. Now listening to the knowledge and the advice and the information that's been given to you by your higher self, right? Because you need that to be able to start making plans for your abundance, because you have this scarring, you know, this of it about it, like I don't know if I want to do it, and you're like, okay, and you can go within yourself and you like kind of figure everything out, and you get the answers you're looking for. How this is affecting them, the High Priestess. Yeah, once you get that opportunity, it almost triggers you. You know, it's almost like it's almost impossible for you to believe that you're planning for something so good. Look at, oh my god, you guys, the High Priestess on the High Priestess. Yeah, talk about an enlightenment, an awakening. You may even uncover gifts, it's like spiritual gifts throughout this. It could be. Wow. Okay, tell me, Knight of Swords. Yeah, wow. You know, and you're making fast moves, you're moving ahead, you know, with this, now it's like the knowledge you've been given from the divine. Literally, this is like, the star is the closest, Aquarius is the closest to the source, to the divine. So I think if you pass that test throughout this year, you're definitely being gifted with some legit enlightenment. Thank you. Five of Swords, yeah. Okay. So in order to move full speed ahead, you're gonna have to, as we've been discussing, win at all costs, leave the toxic things behind, and you're gonna have to do it in a way that, like, putting a line in the sand. Like, all right, listen, I'm not losing this game. You understand? Like, this is my life. And I think you realize that by this point, you realize it. Like, I'm ready to move forward, and you can't stop me. I'm sorry, but I need to go do this for myself, and you need to leave the people behind. Situations, things, place, whatever. I'm telling about the star. It's always a bittersweet victory. And it is, because the people that you, situations, place, you might be moving, things you're leaving behind. You don't, hate these people. You don't hate anything. You're not leaving because you're mad at the Hermit. It's because you just want better for yourself, not because you want worse for them, right? You doing your inner work has brought you to your star, your destiny, and you definitely might be a Virgo. You're getting downloads. I think you're getting messages from your higher self. That's how it's affecting you. Yeah. I think you're listening to your intuition. You're moving full steam ahead with it. People will understand it, but you need to do it anyway. And you're listening directly to your guides. You are like just following along, letting the divine guide you on your path. You've surrendered. You've given up, and you're like, I'm listening. Show me what to do, and that's why it's happening. You're not controlling it anymore. You'll go within yourself. Tell me, maybe you're meditating, getting your information. You might be astral traveling. You're getting downloads from somewhere. All right. Negative influences around you. Yeah, you're getting hits, man, I bet you. Could be a Pisces. But again, someone from your past, someone you're close with, someone that feels nostalgic, like family. This might be, what I'm getting from this is this might be someone you don't even know is hating on you. They might be hating on you like from afar. But you're starting to kind of get an inkling about it, especially now, I guess. In the Tower on the Hangman. Yeah, so it's the people around you who are trying to keep you stagnant. They're trying to keep you in the dark. They're trying to make you second guess what you see, you know what I mean? Because it's moonlight, so you're like, is that what it looks like? I don't know, I can't tell. They're like, yeah, no, you don't want to do that. And, yeah, they're trying to, again, subconsciously, purposely, it's going to be both. There are going to be jealous people who don't want you to do better, and there are going to be people who just don't want you to leave. Regardless, they're trying to slow you down so much to the point that you can't keep going. They want to take the opportunity away from you. again, or it's like not that they want to. It could be the negative influences. Just could be the people you've always been around, just always still doing the same things. You know what I mean? That's the draw. That's the devil you have to watch out for, right? It's because it's around you all the time. Positive influences for cups. And Three of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. So it's the, the people who are on the same path as you, like I said, maybe just a little bit ahead of you. The independent people, they worked their butts off to get to where they are. And the new community, the new friends you're around who are, again, excited to tell everybody about your achievements and how awesome you're doing. And they want to tell you about it. Okay. Okay, an important message. Tell me about the devil. Yeah, an important message is, you have set the trajectory. Now, you've taken steps to rework your course, and now you're kind of waiting for all of this new way of life to come in that you're doing. You're walking away. You're going to find that joy, that love, that cup that's missing from this negativity. You just kind of trudge through. You're ready for that change, and you've done it. You've done the work up until now. You still have that devil on your shoulder. So they're just saying, just be aware, and be sure to completely walk away, or to again, like I said, just be aware of those little devils tendencies in our lives, because it's all around you. And some guidance. What's the Six of Swords? Nope. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Like we're the negative influence. Yeah, look it. Here it is. And here's your Six of Swords. Sail away from the negativity. In this instance, I think that's what it is. That's your guidance. Sail away from them. That's the Ten of Swords. Regardless of who it is, you have got to leave those turbulent waters behind. Just like this one too. So that's another walking away too. What is most likely outcome. Bang, right there. All right. The Magician. Yep. Yeah, most likely outcome. You used all of, I think it came out in the pre-shuffle, right? Yeah. You used all those tools, all that knowledge you gained. First card, just note that. You get to now move on from the Fool, from making your plan to putting it into action. You have the tools to manifest your desires. I feel like the universe has been testing you in... Maybe you didn't pass all the tests, but you passed a lot of them. And you're ready to move on to the next part. Magician's a master manifester. Bottom of this. I can't not even make this up. Look at it. 7 of Wands for both. Stand your ground. Fight for what you believe in. And make your boundaries and stick to them. That's crazy. I shouldn't even say that's crazy anymore, right guys? I mean, watch my videos. How many times does this happen? And I'm like, that's crazy every time. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna do the pendulum board. I think maybe I'll do its own video. Maybe I'll do the pendulum board and then I'll do like other divination tools. Like I'll do the pendulum board with the crystal ball and stuff like that. I'll do a different video for that. I will, however, get an oracle for this. This is great. Whoever this is for, whatever, however many people, keep going. Like something, I don't know what it is, because I didn't get into those details. I just want to know where you're at. But whatever happened to make you, you know, stop dead in your tracks and look at your life and then actually change it. It probably was something difficult, but thank goodness it happened, right? Because you would not be on this trajectory right now. No way. Because it's all still new. I feel like I said, you might not feel like you're going fast enough. But the Magician is literally card number 1, right? The Fool is 0. If it's telling me the outcome is going to be you putting it into these things and then the Magician, that means the outcome of this reading is the beginning of this story. This is all getting up to the beginning of what's to come, right? So by next year at this time, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to have to put a little note in my calendar or something to retouch on this. Yeah, this isn't your story. This is the prequel. This is like the you know, previews in the beginning. Now when you put in work, imagine what's gonna happen. I mean, you already have, but you know what I mean? Now that you've gone over the obstacles and you're ready to actually start, like, breaking ground on your life. And not just, you know, selling the old house and figuring out the path. Let's see, pause. You're being asked to pause before making a quick decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back, look at all the possible outcomes, and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. I feel like you've already done that, but I feel like, again, the message about the devil, I feel like, just make sure you know all the details of something, because people will try to sabotage you as well. So just make sure you're using your discernment with every decision here on out you make. Because before when you live in like a negative vibration, the decisions weren't as detrimental to your progression. But now, a little hiccup that might have been not a big deal before is going to set you back, because it's different. You're held to a different like set of standards almost, because now we know you can do it. In essence, right? It's like you can't get A's on your whole last report card and then get all C's next time. Why? What's different? Here, let me get one more. I told one of my friends one time, like, you can't write the universe jailhouse letters promising how good you're going to be and how everything's going to change, and then when you get home, don't. The universe is not your baby's mama. She is not going to keep giving you chances. She's like, okay. Find the lesson. Something has happened and it stopped you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you needed to grow. There is no such thing as failure. So pick yourself up, learn from it, and keep going. Well, that's appropriate. I think this was definitely a message, and this is definitely the confirmation that this is what you've been doing. Is finding a lesson, growing, learning, and now you've got the tools. Oh my god, guys, awesome. I love this. Okay. What time is it now? It's still pretty early afternoon. I'll see how my day goes. How I feel later on tonight. If I do anything else, I don't know. Alright, well, like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.